Hi, my super sweet crafty friends. Welcome to my channel, Carolina's Creations Handmade. If you're new, please subscribe and click the bell button down below so you don't miss any of my videos. And today I want to share with you my DIY on how I put together this Bow Top Beadable Pens. I actually posted a video already on how I put together my beadable pens, but some of you messaged me and asked me how I put together the bow ones because apparently you were having issues with it not fitting your pen barrel. So I'm going to let you know over here what I do to make them fit and how I put them together. I also want to give you another tip, and this is going to change a little bit how I make them, how I put them together. Thank you so much again for all your beautiful comments, your messages, your love, your friendship. It's so appreciated. You guys are so special and you make me feel like you're my family here. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So here's what we're going to use. We're going to have pens, as you see there, and don't forget also to comment down below. Let me know how you like these pens and if it was helpful for you. And thank you so much for caring about me and for being so sweet. I truly appreciate it. So here's what I'm using. I'm using this pen, and this I bought on eBay. You can also buy them on Etsy. I'm going to place a link to them down on the description below. Please know that this link is going to guide you to where I buy those pens, and if you purchase using my link, I will receive a small commission. Your price is not going to change whether you use the link or not, but it's going to be really helpful for me. So here I use 2mm hole beads, and those are the ones that fit the barrel of the pens. As you see here, this one is a little oval and it has a 2mm hole in it, so I can use it for it. This one is sort of like a flat circle one, and I have different shapes and different sizes, so I can actually make my pens finish them so they look more interesting. And here I have the little balls that I use, and you can see the hole is supposed to be 2mm, and it should fit at least the top part of your pens. Here is a bead set that I got at Hobby Lobby. I got them on sale for 74 cents. I got them on their 75 clearance sale. I think it was a couple of years ago, so I'm not even sure if they're doing those anymore or when. But you can see here they're very small, but still they have the 2mm holes. So you can find them super tiny. I'll show you later on the video. And they will also have the 2mm holes. Those are the ones that you need. Here is my favorite glue that I use for this. I'm only going to use this glue today for the barrel of my pen, but as you see here, I love the applicator, and I love that it's a gel glue, so it won't be runny. If you use super glue, it's super runny and it's very messy. So if you get it in the gel version, it's so much better. Here are some of the beads I use. I shared some of them with you before on my prior video, but these ones I actually get from Etsy. So Google on Etsy, not Google, search on Etsy beads that have 2mm holes. And you can see they have different kinds. I love these ones. They're so blingy. And then they come in so many different colors. So I love this crackled glass type too. They're so cool. So you can actually find so many different ones that you can use to make your pens so much more attractive and beautiful. These ones are little bubblegum beads. And you can see here different designs. I like this one that is sort of like a matte pearl. I love that. I love this little star, and I use this for the top of my pens. And this is actually also 2mm holes. I love these ones too. They're sort of architectural. I don't know. I just like the shape of it. And this one is really cool too. The ones that have lines there. I love this. And then this is one of my favorites. If you don't have the budget to buy many different kinds or colors of this one, get the ice ones like this. The ice cubes, I love it because you can actually use them on any color pens and they will match. But you can see here, they come in so many different colors. So sometimes they sell the mixed ones, and sometimes they also sell just the individual colors. So I also use this, and this is a stand, a pen stand, as you see here. These are pretty cool. If you do craft fairs, they're great because you can place them. People can look at your pens and the display. I mean, if you display them like that, they're super nice. And these are the little balls I use. And as you can see, they come in several different colors that you can use to match to your pens. So get the mixed ones if you can. I think those are more budget friendly because you can use them with different pens. But you can also buy whatever colors that you like best. I like sort of like the clear one better, but you can get any type. So this is what I do. I remove the little barrel, and you can see you screw it. So they're removable. And what I do is I screw it in, but only halfway. You can see that it's wobbly because it doesn't have as much stability since I actually am not screwing them all the way down. But what it does, it gives me a little more length on the barrel, and I can use that to add more beads to it. Same here at the bottom of the pen. If you see here, the screw-in part is sort of big. So you actually lose a lot of the barrel of the pen that way. But since I'm screwing them and I'm removing that cap, it gives me some more length to my barrel that I can use. So this is what I do. I'm going to apply the glue to the screwed part of that little barrel. And as you can see there, it's not runny, and I love that. Then I'm going to place my barrel, and again, I'm going to screw it only halfway. So that way I will extend my pole a little bit more, and it will give me more space for beads. So you can see there it's a little wobbly. It's going to stabilize a little more once the glue dries, but it's still not going to be as sturdy as it was if you screw it all the way in. So here you can see the ball fits. It fits the screwing part because the screwing part is actually not as wide as the rest of the barrel. But I'm going to show you what I do to actually increase the hole size if you need to. Use a pair of scissors that have a sharp tip like this one. And then you can use the tape sort of as a file. And you can file away some of the acrylic on this plastic balls from the inside of your hole. And that way you can increase the size. If you can see here, you can see the little powder. That is some of the plastic that you've been filing here, or that I've filed. And that will give you a little wider hole in there. I don't usually do that. What I do is I place my ball and then I screw it. I screw it in there and it's enough. I don't really need to do the opening, but since some of you told me that you've had some issues, you can do what I showed you earlier and it will work. So now that it's dry, you can see that my pen is not as wobbly, and you can see the length, it's a little longer, and that is going to be better because you can add more beads to it. I love these clear beads. Those icy beads are one of my favorites. They look so cool, don't they? So here's what I do. I kind of play around with my beads. I look at them and sort of like have an idea in my head of how they will look. And then when I place them together, sometimes they don't work as planned because the spacing is not as I actually imagine it. So sometimes I have to change beads for bigger, for smaller ones, add spacers, etc. But just play with your beads and you will see you'll come up with very, very beautiful designs for your pens. So once I have the beads the way I like them, I actually place the ball. And then I kind of like make sure that the spacing is correct. As you see in there, it was not correct. It was actually, the beads were actually coming out of the little barrel. So I had not enough space to place my ball in there. So I had to remove one of them. And then what I do is I place the ball and kind of like move the beads around to get an idea of how much of the barrel I have left for a bead. And then that would make it easier for me to find a bead that fits. What I'm using here is these beads. These ones are great because they're sort of like, to me, they work more as spacers, but they're great because you place them. And I also like that they have a big opening. The hole is very wide. So if you use a smaller bead like this one, the bead will go into that other bead with bigger hole, and then it will give you also more space for your barrel, the barrel of the pen, and then it will that would be helpful because your bow is going to be able to fit. I'm going to use these spacer beads. These are kind of like blingy. I love them. I really, really love them. I usually place them at the beginning. So I place a spacer and then I start adding the beads. And I think it gives it a better finish. It sort of like makes it more intentional. I'm not sure if that's the word, but yeah. So then I start placing again my beads, playing around with them and see what fits. And then after I place the mold, then I grab my bowl and I make sure that it all fits. So I'm going to show you here. I'm going to place my bowl in there and it should fit. It should still fit. So yeah, it works because it still had that tiny tip in there, but that tip is enough for the bowl. And here you can see the spacer, the blingy spacer, and it just makes your pen so much better finish. It gives the pen, I don't know, I just love it. And then these little spacer bead, it's not a spacer bead, but I call it that. I love it again. It's blingy, and then it allows the smallest bead to go into it a little bit, so it gives me more space on my barrel, as you see in there. So how are you guys liking it? I hope that you're enjoying my tutorial and that is useful, that it answers your questions. So now I'm going to grab my little ball and I'm going to place it again, screwing it in. So as you can see, it's so super easy. I love it that you can screw the little balls in there and then you practically don't need to do anything else. Although no, you still will have to glue at least the top. But see how cute is that? I just love, love, love it. You can finish that top using one of those eye screws. Gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't remember. You guys, let me know on my prior video how it's called. I know it's like eye something, or yeah, I totally forgot. So I'm sorry. But look at how beautiful it looks. I'm so in love with this pen. So look at how it looks on your display. It looks so beautiful. So if you do craft fairs, I recommend that you get a display if you're going to sell your beaded pens. I'm going to place a link down on the description below on where I bought this. Again, if you buy using my link, I'm going to get a small commission, but the price you pay is not going to change whether you use my link or not. I really would appreciate it if you plan to purchase it, because it would be really helpful for me. So I'm going to share with you here. I use these little beads. They're tiny, tiny beads, but they have a 2mm holes. I love using those because it actually covers the barrel, and then it covers that spacing that was left in between the ball and the larger bead in there. I don't like the barrel showing. I think it's not finished that way, but look at how perfect it looks. You cannot see the barrel at all, and your bow fits perfectly. So this is how I put them together. I think they look gorgeous. What I do is I add glue to them because, as you see there, it stays a little wobbly. It's not as stable because the little barrel was extended, so it doesn't go all the way in. So what I do is I glue my beads just to make sure that everything stays in place and it's all stable. But you can see here that iced bead, I'm actually not recommending that you glue anymore, because the super glue, it would go into it and then it would sort of like give the bead sort of like a milky finish. It would just cloud the bead, and I don't like that. So I'm going to glue the other beads that are not clear beads. But I'm not going to glue anymore the ones that are clear because it makes them cloudy. So that's another tip, might be helpful for you. Over here you can see the little tiny beads that I used. They're 4mm beads, and they have actually a 2mm hole. So you can use those to finish your pens, and they will look really, really gorgeous. I hope that my video is helpful. I hope that you guys are doing great. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Like my videos, comment. Thank you so much again. Guys, I'm feeling so much better every day. I'm going back to my old self. the good one. And I'm having so much fun creating again, or thinking about the thought of creating again. I've been pretty busy, so I haven't been able to do so much as I wanted to do, but I am so happy to be back sharing with you guys. I hope you're all doing great. Please share your stories with me, anything that you've gone through that you think has some kind of message that actually can be helpful for others. Share how you overcame your issues, and then maybe we can share with each other and help each other grow and be better. Thank you so much, guys. I love you, and I hope to see you back here soon for another video. Bye bye. Love you guys. Mwah.